The market is going down. It's taking Croc stock down with it. Um, we got a lot to talk about. In the video, we'll discuss what I'm gonna do about it and why I'm doing the things that I'm doing. So stay tuned. All right. So I hope everybody had a good week or past couple weeks. I know the market has been going down. So I mean, hey, shout out to my 8 subscribers. I love y'all. I love all 8 of y'all. Hopefully, we can get that number up a bit. We This is a new small channel. We started this 2 weeks ago. So yeah, right. So getting into to Crocs. All right. So this stock has been declining. The stock price has been declining, but the value has been going up. All right. We're going to go back to our earnings. As you can see, we're trading in the low or the mid single digits. This current forward PE used to read like 10 double digits. Now we're getting below double digits. Um, so I'm getting really more bullish on this company. And we're gonna and towards the end, I'm gonna tell you what I'm planning to do with my position. Now, let me see here. So um, the Croc CFO recently came out on August 8th and did a press conference and an announcement through the press. And I'll read this right here. So, Anne Melman, EVP and Chief Financial Officer, remarked, "I'm very pleased with the outcome of this refinancing transaction. We successfully achieved a 0.5% reduction in our Term B borrowing rate with no change to our leverage, covenants, or maturity date. The overwhelming market reception to this transaction is a testament to our strong credit profile and free cash flow generation. Since acquiring Hey Dude in February of 2022, we have repaid $850 million in debt and intend to methodically balance debt repayments and share repurchases as we approach our long-term net leverage target." Now, going back to the story, all right. Um, January, February of 2022, they did a debt they did a debt raise and some equity raise to the term about 2.5 billion. About half a billion was in the form of stock compensation, and 2 billion was in the form of debt. Now, 2 billion in debt long term to expire February of 2029, as I recall, which was on the 10K, which I outlined on my last video. Um, since then, they've repaid 850 million in that debt, and all this pretty much states is, hey, we just reduced our annual percentage yield of what we pay on the debt by half a point. Okay, so same maturity, same terms, just we're paying less money. All right. So right after this press release came out, I went to check their insider trading. All right. So all you have to do is I'll tell you what, you just go to Google. I'll show you all how to do this. You just type in the ticker symbol of the company. You say Crocs Insider Trading. Then you just hit the NASDAQ, the top one, where it says Insider Activity. All right, and you go to buys, and bam, there it is. So you see all the recent buys, and you see all the recent sells. Okay, so as you can see, she did the press release 8 August, and then 11 August, like a few trading days later, she actually directly bought. All right, she she bought stock with her own money, not compensation, just out of her own pocket. All right, this is a really bullish sign. This is a really good sign, and it's a very smooth play. I mean, well done, Miss Anne. Um, I mean, well played. So I'm paying attention to that. There's a lot of, I mean, investors that are keeping track of this company are paying attention to that. Um, so this is her. This is the CFO, and I'm very impressed with her. She's she seems to know what she's doing. So now on the sell side, we have the president, Pool Michelle, who is selling constantly. All she does is sell, though. She's been selling for however long. All right. So I'll keep that in mind next time proxy voting comes into play. Um, we might need a new president that actually believes in the company. All right. Um, so, what do I intend to do? So, last video, okay, just to recap. All right. They had earnings like towards the end of July. They performed well. And then the market punched them and sent the stock down 15%. Okay. I reciprocated. I said, oh, well, I'll press my position 15%. But that last video, or the first video I did on the channel, in reference to Crocs as well, is I said I wasn't ready to commit to actually pressing the position even further. But now I've decided to double the position from 100 shares to 200 shares. I'm doubling my original position. Okay. And because the valuation is being so pressed down, this stock has been so disrespected and neglected for the matter. I think this is a lot of macro headwinds are happening right now that are pushing down the stock. Crocs is getting sent down along with all the other stocks right now. My portfolio a couple weeks ago was reading like 60,000. Now it's reading like 48,000. This is a healthy correction in the market that we need. A lot of investors will look at that and they'll think to themselves, pain. I don't think that way. I think that we need to go down before we can make the next leg further up. All right. And the more the valuations get stretched, the less value we're getting for our price as investors. All right. The price is what you pay, the value is what you get. All right. Okay, so let's talk about my position and what I intend to do with this. So recap: month of June, I bought 10 grand worth up to a little over 10 grand worth up to 100 shares on my original position. They reported earnings at the end of July. Stock market didn't like it, even though the management team performed well. They sent the stock down 15%. I reciprocated as a shareholder. I said, you know what? I'm going to reward management team and myself for good performance. So I'll buy 15% of my position. All right. Macro headwinds started hitting further. Um, and now I've decided to double my original position from from 100 shares to 200 shares based on based on a lot of these things that have been happening. All right. So see the move with the CFO, it sends a bullish signal out to me. The valuation is being more compelling to me to where I can't ignore it. Um, and I have good conviction. So I decided to press it, and there's no magic mythology or methodology as far as like, oh, it has to be this percentage or that percentage. I usually gauge it on how long do I think I have to where the stock market realizes the value and then sends the stock surging higher. All right. So I'm going to give myself till probably the next quarter. The last video in reference to Crocs that I made was actually the first video like. Um, I wasn't ready to commit to doubling the position, but now valuation's going down further. Everything happening the way it is. Yeah, I'm pressing this position. This is gonna I'm gonna make this look like 200 shares, and we're gonna have about probably a little over 20,000 on the cost basis. All right. The percentage of the portfolio that right now stands at 26%. A lot of investors have their own allocation rules. So what I mean by that is they'll a lot of them will have conservative percentage of allocation um, for diversity purposes. So they'll say I can't have a position more than five. I can't have one stock taking up more than 5% of my portfolio, or 10%. Okay, I'm scaling right now aggressively, so I'm willing to take way more risk. Make no mistake, this is risky investing, so keep that in mind. Never financial advice on this channel. This is simply what I do, how I do things, and hopefully people can learn and be entertained and follow along the way. Okay, so the more this goes down, the more compelling the valuation gets. As long as the fundamentals stay intact, I'm good to go. Okay, so yeah, I'll be looking to buy more and more until this reaches 200 shares, which my target is before earnings on or about 1 November. All right, so I hope you all enjoyed the video and got value out of it. Consider subscribing and hit that bell notification. I hope everybody has a good upcoming week. And until the next time, have a good day.